She's a phantom. Dani Phantom. It was then that he knew what she had to do. She had to stop all the ghosts that were coming through. She's here to fight for me and you. She's gonna catch 'em all cause she's Dani Phantom. Gonna catch 'em all cause she's Dani Phantom. Gonna catch 'em all cause she's Dani Phantom. She's a phantom. Dani Phantom.
I started with my black wig and blue hoodie already on. I clipped my wig out of my face and applied my normal foundation. Using a light brown shade from my contour palette, I started at the beginning of my eyebrows and pulled the color down to about an inch above the end of my nose. And then I make a small box shape at the end. Then I blend it out to make the lines less harsh without getting any of the color on the top of my nose. Taking the brightest white shade I have, I highlight the top of my nose and inside the little box I made. This creates the illusion of a cute button nose. I apply a generous amount of blush to the apples of my cheeks. Using a light brown eyeshadow palette, I use the medium shade of brown on the top of my eyelid and a dark shade of brown in the crease. Then place a white at the corner of my eyes. Using a white eyeliner pencil, I apply it to my waterline. This gives my eyes that bigger, childlike look. Using a black liquid liner, I apply a thick line to the top of my lid, then add a strong wing to the very end of it. I put mascara on my top and bottom lashes. I use a black eyelash glue to a half lash and place it on the very outer corner of my eye. I very lightly apply a dark red lipstick and blend it out. Take the clips out of my hair, arrange the front half to drape over my forehead like bangs, bobby pin it in place, don't mind the pit stains, then pull the rest of the hair back into a ponytail, drape it over my shoulder, and place on my red beanie. And that is my human Danielle look. Next, for Dani's ghost half. I went to my local thrift store and got a black turtleneck and a white long sleeve shirt that is roughly the same size. I also got a pair of black and a pair of white sweatpants. I then create a line of safety pins in the shirt while I'm wearing it from the top of my right shoulder to the left side of my waist. This is the line of where I'm going to cut. This can also be done with regular sewing pins, but I didn't want them to fall out or stab me when I was pulling it over my head. Next, I put on the black sweatpants and make a line with white chalk from the outside of my hip to the inside of my knee on both sides. In hindsight, I probably needed to go all the way down to my ankle, but I didn't, so whatever. Still looks cool. I lay the shirt flat on a table and cut both the front and the back by cutting along the outside line of the safety pins I made. I take the black top half with the turtleneck and the white bottom half, turn them inside out, and place the seams together with sewing pins. Then I stitch them together. I tried it on again to make sure it all fit right, then turned it inside out again to see where I wanted to mark where the hem would be. I cut a straight line from one side to the other and gave myself about an inch of seam allowance. I folded it over once and placed pins all along the edge. Then I sewed it. Then I folded it over again a second time and repeated all the steps. Then I lay the pants down with the white on top of the black pants, and I cut along the chalk line I made earlier. Turn them inside out, place the seams together like I did with the shirt, and sew them together. This is my favorite part, drawing the Dani Phantom D on the front of the shirt. I used chalk to sketch out the D, that way I could make it look the way I wanted it to before I did any paint. Then, once I had it just the way I liked it, I went along the chalk outline in white fabric paint. Then I filled it all in with the same paint, used a brush to smooth it all out, and let it dry. And that is how you make the costume. As for the makeup, it pretty much stays exactly the same as her human makeup, but this time I add a long white wig, and I pull it back in a ponytail. I also put on one black and one white elbow-length glove. You can get these at pretty much any costume store. And that is how you make Dani, with an I, Phantom's costume. Thank you so much to Danon Biggs from Slack Shack for the amazing visual effects he did in this video. He is currently running a Kickstarter campaign to make a 15-minute live-action Dani Phantom short that takes place 5 years after the end of the series. And I want to see this get made! You can click right there to check out the campaign page. So please, let's all pull our collective ectoplasm and go ghost again. And from now until next time, don't you forget to keep smiling.